So when I mention biddable and buildable, to me that means constructability. So typically, and why I put this up, I'm big on constructability because in design build, we can always say the project is biddable, but is it buildable? And you're asking the contractor to make it buildable. So constructability is a key. So that's again why I was asking, does environment need to know that if they put a restriction on the long-eared, what was it? Bat, that may limit the contractor's work schedule? Yes, they do. And why would we want to make sure to point that out in the procurement? Especially if you're doing an A+B contract. If time's important to you, any kind of time restriction is going to affect you, which means what to the pricing of the contractor. So the way I try to explain it, it's like a checkerboard. You need to map that kind of stuff out, put down your the standard process, put in some of your, I guess I'd say, sticky notes on the board or chalk talk, do whatever you want to map it, and then get with your people. And I think breaking out in a group like this is a good way to do that kind of stuff. But actually take a shot at looking at the best case scenarios, worst case, and you as being specialists, you're all project managers again, everybody will openly listen to your ideas, right? Right, that's a good answer. So anything you say will be considered, but it may not be used, right? Okay, so the idea is build that rapport with your buddies and work accordingly. And again, for federal highways, needs to be part of that coordination, as well as the division can work with our headquarters people and other people within our resource center, because I'm one of 13 groups, because within the resource center are basically free consultants for the transportation agencies. We have had hydraulics group, pavement preservation, like Mr. Dietz over there has been here from our federal highways office for the revitalization possibility for the route. So we also have some additional experts in other areas that you may wish to use. Okay, so as far as determine when you want to do your RFQ, RFP, when would you say the sweet spot is? You want to try to get the project out? There was a mention of 30%. Has anybody got another number that may work for you? Okay, again, if it's up 70, 80%, is that a good time to think? Okay, how about 10 or 20%? Probably not, because of what? Okay, if you're having problems trying to visualize that, just think with regular design build, if you only have 10 or 20% of PS&E, whatever your criteria is that enough to go to the contracting community and say, give me a bid? So you got to have enough meat on the bone to chew and see it, but you don't want to give them all the meat because actually the contractor is going to be adding that kind of stuff to your project.